What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Island Taste Show. We're here with the third episode, the third installment of the show, and I'm glad to have y'all here. It's a blessed Thursday today. It's the beginning of a month, and I hope you guys are starting off right. Here today, I have a very special guest. I'm very glad to have her here. It's long overdue. She should have been here on episode 0, but she's here right now. And she happens to be my woman, my better half, my fiance, my future wife. And I want to introduce y'all to Chelsea Davis.
Hello.
So, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm really glad to have you here.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, you know, I got all the nerves out. This is like take 25, but
Right.
I don't know what makes me so nervous to have you on this show, as if I don't see you every single day.
Right.
But I'm very happy to be here with you today. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, pretty optimistic about this next coming month, September 1st.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been a journey this year. This year has been a crazy year for us.
yeah.
Especially lately, it's been crazy with like the kids being in school, at home.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Like I don't really, we talk about it a lot, but I want to ask you on this show, like, how has it really been for you personally, dealing with the kids and having a brand new outlook on how they got to learn and be in class and stuff?
I would have to say that I definitely didn't expect to be in the position that we're in. I've never in my whole life seen schools get shut down. And I mean, we've always worked on computers, but it was during computer lab at school, you know, and then after that it was back to regular lessons. But now with the connection issues, the tablets freezing or the laptops not having the apps that they need is really difficult. And I definitely give the parents and the teachers like big props, because they've got a lot that they're dealing with that is, you know, brand new. It's all brand new to all of us. So
yeah, you're exactly right. Especially with the kids all together. Like, they're not just one group of kids. It's all ranging from kindergarten up to high school, even to college. Like, I'm in school too, and I gotta be on Zoom, and it's like right after the kids get out of school,
right,
and I'm like back in the same position.
Or you guys are in class at the same time,
right? So it is a crazy time to be seeing things now and actually having to be there with them when they're usually at school for those 8 hours, you know. So, you know, it's a journey, but I'm glad we're doing it together.
Right. It's a lot more hands-on than I was expecting, but, you know, we just adapt and go with the flow.
Yeah, it is a crazy new beginning for everybody this year, 2020. You look so beautiful today, though.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I think that's where my nerves were coming from. I just needed to tell you how good you look today.
Oh, thanks, babe.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, thank you, Terry Lele'a. No, I'm just kidding.
That's Mr. Lele'a today.
Oh my gosh. I know, it's so weird because it's always just babe. Like, we have these conversations, but it's always like, you know, so relaxed. But now I feel like I've got to be like
same. Like, I feel like exactly be professional, but at the same time I'm talking to my woman, so I feel
so it shouldn't be like
good.
that, but you know.
Yeah, this house should have been on day 1. You left me hanging. 2 episodes. I was already upset for myself.
We had to figure out work. We had to figure out the kids. We had to figure out school.
Take care
but I'm glad I'm here today.
Seriously.
I'm glad I get to experience what you've been doing and be a part of this.
This is what we've been doing.
This is pretty cool.
This is exactly what we've been doing. Like, everything that I'm doing is just a result of us working to get here. So this is just another part of our journey together.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's been a long journey. We've been together for 3 years now. 3 years.
Yeah, going on it. Yeah.
3 years now. Yeah, I feel like it's been so much longer than that.
I know. Like, I've known you my whole life.
Right. I never thought I'd fall in love with somebody in Fresno.
No?
Nope. I didn't like Fresno
Not
when I
even
first
going
got
to
here.
school and being in Fresno State and all the pretty ladies up there.
No, they didn't catch my attention. Not like this. I thought I was going to be single for the rest of my life when I was out here.
Oh.
When I first got here.
Well, I'm glad I could change your mind.
Oh, yeah. Changed my mind, changed my life. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. No, I'm just kidding.
You ever thought you'd meet a someone out here in Fresno? And
honestly, I didn't know what a Samoan person was. I mean, I've always heard of like Polynesian people, but I've never like met someone who was Polynesian. I had a Polynesian classmate in high school. Actually, I had 2 of them, but those were the only two people that I've ever known of.
Yeah, that's crazy. I always be hearing people say that they only have a couple people that they've known that were like me. But where I grew up, there was a lot of us. So I'm glad I get to show you our true culture.
I know.
How we are all around each other.
I really enjoyed it.
A couple of them here and there. I know this guy and that guy, but that's it. But yeah, I do want to ask you, like, how has it been being a part of a culture like mine now that you've been so, involved with my family? Like, my family loves you like their own. Like, how has that been? I know you tell me all the time, but I want to ask you so that people can know too.
Right. It's really welcoming. Like, at first, whenever we had first met, I felt intimidated a little bit, because whenever we first met and the conversations that we had, I was just like, dang, I got a lot to live up to,
Yeah.
Like, you were so polite and nice and, like, just a good overall person. And I was just like, dang, if he's like this, I know that he got raised right. I know that his family is pretty much going to be like him. So I know that whenever we went to Fire Night Festival and you said we were going to stop by your auntie's house, I was like, oh no. Like, we've been out all day, we were sweaty and just like, having fun. Where were we again? We were in LA at
Long Beach.
In Long Beach, but
it was a Fire Night Festival. It was a park right around the corner from my auntie's house.
Yeah.
And it was a big old park.
Yeah, and there was tons of people, and I know I got to meet some of your family there, but they were very busy. They had like a food stand.
I know.
Yeah, your family, they always have like a hustle that they're doing. They're either
I think my uncle's
Auntie
one
Mita's
of the
cookies.
Right.
They had the taco stand.
Right.
They had like a shaved ice stand as well.
They had shaved ice. They had tacos.
Oh man, it was so good. So it was a little more like, hey, bye. Like, it was quick. And then whenever we went to your aunt's house, I was like, oh my gosh, I got to make sure that I'm like super polite and, making sure that I don't like say anything wrong, or I don't like, offend her in any way.
They welcomed you with open arms.
I know. I mean, the first night she was like, so when are you guys coming back? Right. And how long can you stay? So it was really nice. And then meeting your mom and your dad, I mean, your dad cooked food for me the first time I came over, I believe.
I gave them a little preview about you first. They had a little insight, like, all right, I told them my future wife is coming, so please be on your best behavior.
Oh wow. Well, yeah, I've enjoyed it from jump. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
I love being a part of it.
Yeah, I'm glad I took you to that Fire Night Festival first. My uncle, I believe he's one of the people that helped organize the entire festival. So when you seen all my family members with their little businesses and the things that they were selling, whether it was clothing or food or, whatever it was, like, it's all, we keep it within the family. Everything is all, like, close knit.
Right.
And I didn't really realize how close we were until I met you, because I always thought that, like, family was universally known, like, throughout everybody, like, family's supposed to be there for each other. But apparently my definition of family was, like, completely different than your definition of family.
Right.
And, like, you telling me where you came from, and I was, like, kind of blown away, because it was like, I thought all families were, like my family. I thought everybody was supposed to be close like that. But, being around different people in diverse groups, I didn't really understand that not everybody was raised the same way as me.
Right.
So when you keep telling me, like, I'm special and I can see that you were raised right, all I know is that my parents did their best. The people I was around, they did their best to take care of all of us, and that's why we're so close. Like, even growing up, and when my grandma was here, she was the reason why we are that close. She was one of the biggest reasons why every single one of my family members are like brothers and sisters, and like my second moms and my second dads are my aunties and my uncles.
Right.
So, I'm glad I was able to expose you to that side of family, because when I met you, I already knew straight up, when I met you, whatever came with you, I was going to accept it.
Yeah.
Like, because our first conversation was probably one of the realest conversations you could have with anybody, you know, like
Right.
telling everybody straight up and down what's going on in my life, like all the good and the bad. You know, from day one, we told each other exactly what's going on in our lives, and I'm glad that we were able to genuinely grow and be where we are, because it wasn't a perfect journey whatsoever.
Right. And I'm kind of glad that I let you, or that you were kind of exposed to a different side of what family means, being on my side, which made you appreciate where you came from
Even
that
more.
much more. Yeah. Because
For
we were
real.
kind of shocked, like, what, like, why are they treating us like
Right.
this, or why are they being like this in this kind of way? And it's like, well,
what shocked me more is how close you got to my sisters.
oh yeah,
Like that, like how close y'all got so fast was like, what? Like they replaced me like that.
right, right. It was like once I got over my nerves of meeting everyone and being so worried about, like, oh, I need to make sure I make the right move, or they're gonna just completely like hate me or disown me. Once I got over all that, then I was just like, oh yeah, no, I'm in there. Like, we just have inside jokes and we can sit and talk about serious stuff, and like, even watching you guys will pick on each other all day, but let some outsider person try to
Right.
do that, and like all of you guys are jumping on them,
Right.
like, oh no, not my family.
Right. My sister be like, hey, you don't tell my brother he has a big nose. I tell my brother he has a big nose. That's exactly how it is. Like it definitely made me appreciate my relationship with my brothers and sisters that much more.
Definitely.
Because like I never realized how much they were there for me until I seen how much people weren't there for you that should have been there.
Right.
You know, so like that just made me even more grateful. Like, all right, I really got a solid foundation. This is rare. This isn't common like I thought it was. You know, so it made me look even deeper into myself. Like, all right, my sisters and my family's like this. Like, I'm also like this. Like, I'm also loving and caring just like my brothers and sisters are. You know, it made me look into myself and realize the good and the bad that I have to, you know, to present to the world, I guess.
Right. And I eat it up. Like, yes, text me, call me,
Right.
ask me if I want to come out to Bakersfield and hang out with you guys. Like, yes, I love it all.
I love it too. I swear, I really do. I never thought that like my family would have this effect on the woman I would spend my life with.
I know.
No,
It's nice to be accepted into the family as much as I have been, because it makes me just feel that much more like, I don't know, like connected, loved. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's like a totally different feeling.
yeah, it's a deeper connection than just
Yeah.
I love their family.
Right.
Yeah.
It's more than just like, oh, you're his fiance. This is the fiance. Like,
Right.
I feel like they more so take me as like, this is our family member.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
Yeah, that's
Like, I've
exactly
got
how
more
it
than
is.
sister-in-laws. Like,
Yeah.
I've got more than just a mother and father-in-law. Like, those are my family members too.
Yeah, and they love on you as if they've known you their entire life.
I know, which is so nice.
And what else is nice, like, also I just want to bring this up because I just thought about it. What else is nice is that, like, even when there's moments where we have disagreements, my sisters will tell me straight up, like, no, you're wrong and she's right, or they won't take my side just because I'm their brother.
Right, they
You know?
actually like listen to both sides.
Yeah.
So
like,
yeah.
It's never biased just because we're blood related. They know what's right and what's wrong, and they gonna stick up for it.
Oh yeah, which I mean, you know, the women's are always right anyways. So.
Pretty much. I guess I have to just automatically believe that, growing up with 10 sisters and all
Hey.
these aunties.
I mean, I know it's happy spouse, happy house, but the wifey she's always right.
Yeah, I think so. And another thing that I really appreciate about our relationship is how close we got with each other's kids, and, you know, bringing that love into our child that we have together. Like, I never really thought that. I always had in the back of my mind, like, if I did get with somebody and they had kids, then of course, like, I wouldn't let
Right.
it. Like, I can be that father figure for that child if need be. But no matter what, I'm not gonna just not talk to a woman because they have kids. You know, because that's just the journey their life took.
Right.
So I wanted to say, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. But I was gonna say that because fuck, my bad.
Go ahead and bleep that out. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's probably more so just, I feel like you said that because it's like a total package. Like it's not like we're having to force like connections with me and your sisters, or like our kids together, or you and my kids, or me and your daughter. It just all just flows together. And
right.
Even the kids, they like, oh, where's Zoe? When is she coming over? Oh, where's Jordan? When is she coming over? Oh, where's Haley? Like, we want to hang out with her too. Like, can we talk on FaceTime? Like, can we call and this and that? Like, they just got together so quick that it was just like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I love how I didn't have to force anything with our kids to have a relationship.
Right.
You know, they kind of just gravitated towards each other because of how we were together already.
Right.
You know, like
and we didn't have to be like, oh, well, you have to play with them.
Right.
It's like, okay, can we please stop playing so
right.
that we can get ready to go, or
exactly.
that we can do something, and then they're like, okay, and they're just everywhere. So yeah, I mean, it's a full circle. It's a full, complete circle of like, just acceptance, being welcoming. I've never had an experience where someone was just like, oh no, like, she's not my family member. She's not part of this. Yeah. Why are you inviting her? Exactly. It's always been like, why are you here by yourself?
Right.
She better be coming soon. Or if she doesn't come, or if I don't come, then she's like, she's not coming, or they're not coming.
Right.
So, I guess that's fine. Tell them we miss them.
It's like my auntie. Where's my niece? Where's my niece?
I know, and that's so nice. It's so nice.
Yeah. I think the best part about it is that our kids, they get to share that love with their little brother.
Right.
Their little brother gets to grow up seeing their sisters being so close, and even though they didn't spend every single day of their life together, like, they have a bond that their brother can look up to and be like, wow, like, my sisters really look out for me. Look how they look out for each other. Look how they love each other.
Right.
I'm glad we get to have that foundation for our son.
Me too.
Speaking of, our son is 8 months years old. About to be 9 months.
Baby boy.
He's getting really big. I wanted to throw him in there because he's such a sunshine in our life.
Oh gosh, he's a terror.
He's both.
He's a terror. He's getting into everything. He's crawling. He's trying to walk. He's trying. He's a sweetheart.
He's so amazing. I'm glad that he's able to be here and like keep us grounded in everything that we work for, everything that we've been through. I know that we could look at him and be like, yeah, we're on the right track.
Yeah,
he's
definitely.
happy. Like, he loves us. He loves where he's at. Even though, how I be when I get all like stressed out about, I'm trying to already accomplish this goal. Like, I'm already trying to get this going. And you've seen firsthand when I'm stressed out in the moment, and then I look in, I'm like, man, we're good.
Right, all right, come here, dude.
Right.
I feel like I hear that all the time. Like, all right, come here, dude. Let's do this. Like, come on, little man, let's go. Like, right. Yeah, he's definitely like, it changed my perspective for sure, because I was just like I'm so old, I can't keep up, or I don't know how I'm gonna do this, and now I'm like, how do I do it without him? Right. He's just like,
right. How do I do it without him, and what's the next thing that I'm gonna do for him?
Right.
What's the next step that we're gonna take to bring our family to that next level?
Yeah,
I love that definitely. We always have those conversations while he's right there looking at us. And even when we get deep into those conversations, he's always like screaming at us and trying to get in the middle of the conversation.
Right, he's finding his voice, so he's definitely like really vocal. And like, yeah, like you said, he always wants to talk whenever we're talking. Right.
And it's like he hears us talking about our future, and he's like, yes, right. Mom, yes, Dad, that's exactly what I want. I'm glad. I'm very grateful for all of it, for sure.
Right. I'm really looking forward to those future plans.
And when our plans do come into fruition, like, I swear he's gonna be so engulfed in how his parents are, like how our relationship came about in our upbringings and our background. Like he's gonna know about it all, and it's gonna be like second nature to him to be like, I know who my parents are.
Right.
Like, you know, he has such a strong support system with me and you, and where we want to bring our family. Like, I'm so grateful that we get to do these things for him and show him, you know, the way, and learn from the mistakes of our past, of, you know, how we were raised and how our parents did things that, you know, we may agree with, we may not agree with. That's our choice now. You know, we get to make those decisions for this boy and mold him the way we want to. So I'm very glad that I get to do it with you.
Oh,
you know,
we've
been so busy. We've been doing so much for ourselves. Like, I feel like we always make sure we make time and to just sit back and be grateful for it all. Because we don't get times like this. Even though we're in front of a camera right now, we're talking about all of this, we don't really have a lot of time like this where we can sit back and just be me and you. You know, be like, all right, look at what we've done. You know, like, just take a step back and look at what we've done. Like, and it feels good. You know, I'm glad we could be here. We didn't have this platform. We didn't have these resources. We didn't have these connections freaking 6, 7, 8 months ago, you know? This is all a result of us keeping it pushing, like, always staying focused. So, like, I'm grateful that you got to bring that into my life, for real.
Same. This is a mastermind that we got right here. It's not one or the other. It's both of us.
Right. Exactly. It's a team effort, and I swear we even be treating like it. Like, we treat it exactly like that. When one of us does something really good, like, babe, guess what?
Right.
You can hear it in your voice. Like, let me know the good news.
Definitely. Like, you got to be synced up with your partner. You got to be synced up with your teammate. Like, if not, then it's like, I don't know, like, it's just, I don't want to say it's like just another person, but it's almost like just another person, like just another friend, or just somebody who you're like, who you like check in with from time to time. Like, I mean, if I wasn't as synced with you, then I couldn't enjoy the stuff that we have success with.
Exactly.
Does that make, I don't know if that even makes it. Yeah,
exactly,
you know?
Right.
Yeah, like, I couldn't enjoy it as much. I would just be like, oh, hey, that's what I did. Like, oh, great, that's
like
cool.
knowing that my excitement is gonna excite you even more when you tell me the news feels good.
Right. Yeah. Like, I love to cheer you on and know that we both were, like, you know, doing research, or, you know, working towards a goal together, or, you know, just whatever.
Right. I love bringing you along every little journey that I have individually. Like, babe, I want to do this. I want to do this. And you're like, all right, babe, let's do it. Let's do it.
I know. I feel like lately I'm really proud of us, because we just jump into whatever it is that we're doing. We're like, all right, it's either going to sink or swim. Right. So
we're just going to do it, imperfect and all.
Right.
We're just going to do it. Yeah, I'm glad.
Kind of like today, take 46.
Right.
No.
Oh my goodness. Like, you have no idea how good it feels to be comfortable enough to be like, all right, babe, I got this script that I need to memorize, and I need to get these lines down. Right. And instead of going to a separate room quiet, I'm like, babe, help me out. And then you do the other lines while I memorize my lines. Like, it feels so good to be comfortable enough to achieve my goals with my woman. Right. You know, being able to do it with you instead of being like, I'm gonna go over here for a second. Right. Like, you're always willingly, I want to do it. I want to help you out. Let me help you out. You know, even with my school, like, ever since I started school 2 weeks ago, you've been sitting next to me, taking in all the knowledge, the free education.
You know what? Yep, I sure am.
Free tuition knowledge that you have. Right,
and like, I feel like I'm so excited about your classes, because you just signing up for them, you're like, babe, guess what? I got the email. Right. I'm gonna sign up for these classes, and I'm like, okay, let me get my calendar out. Let me see what time I have where. Like, okay, let's pick this one. Let's do that one. Like, yeah, this is totally like a group effort, and I mean, it's got to be like that, you know?
Exactly, and honestly, that's what I want to pass down to our kids. Like, I want them to know, growing up, like, when they do get into friendships and relationships like this, like, you gotta make sure you guys are doing it right. You know,
Right.
like you guys want to make sure that you're with the right person, doing things with the right person.
Yeah.
You know, sharing your energy with somebody that's gonna, you know, use it right instead of drain you.
Right.
You know, like I love being an example to our kids. Like I love being an example to the people that are younger than me. I think I take pride in like always talking to my younger friends and telling them the things that I was able to accomplish or overcome and persevere through. You know, I think it means more to a young man when it comes from somebody older, when they take the time to be like, all right, you know, this is the way I was able to do it. And if they can learn from it, then, you know, I did my job. So I'm glad that we get to be the example for me, for the younger people, then that they can look at us and be like, all right, my older cousin Terry, he treats his woman right, you know.
Right.
Or my older cousin Terry's wife, she looks really happy. Like, I want to be like that. I want to make sure I make my woman that happy.
Right. Like, yeah.
I want to be a good example, and I think that's another. That's pretty much one of the main premises of this show, is just being a positive role model. You know, being being an outlet for my people to succeed and do the right things in this world. Like, I don't necessarily think that we have to like do everything under the sun and so people can see you working hard. You know, I don't think you have to prove yourself, but I do think that you have to be a good person. You know, throughout all this work that you do, it doesn't matter if you're just like a terrible person.
Right. Doing it for like selfish reasons, like you know, loving, just wanting to be self-centered and all of that.
Exactly. I want to make sure that everything that we're doing, like, we can have the younger generation look at us and be like, we're going to do it that way too. You know, they may do their own little things and do like input their own individual, you know, however they want to do it, but we're going to be the blueprint. You know, I want to be the way that they look to.
And that's like a big thing for the Samoan culture, is like respect. You know, that's like one of the top things is like, you need to have respect for, you know, those around you, those that are connected to you. So to have that example of a man in a relationship, and he's like respecting his wife, and he's respecting, you know, his siblings and his family and his like parents and stuff, like that's a big deal for someone younger to look up to and be like, you know what, I watched my uncle do this, I watched my cousin do this, I watched you know, my brother, friend, whatever, do this. I could do this. Like, it's very encouraging.
Yep.
I feel like you were looking at me to say something else, and I was like,
sorry.
no, that's
Sometimes
it.
I just get lost when I look at you. Like, I see your mouth moving. I'm listening. Trust me, I'm listening. But I'm looking more than I'm listening. I swear, I'm so glad that I have a beautiful woman. Because if I don't know anything to do, I'm going to just stare and pretend I'm paying attention.
That's horrible.
No, but seriously, like, one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this show is to be a positive role model for my people. And I do believe that that's what I'm doing by continuously providing for my family and making sure y'all are good, not just like physically and having a roof over your head, but like, are you actually good today? You know, lately it's been so uplifting to wake up in the morning and be able to like see and ask and literally make sure you're good before we go on about our day. We literally always give ourselves that hour before we get up to gather ourselves, so we don't wake up in a bad mood and that carries on throughout the whole day. Right.
So let me ask you, let me interview the interviewer, turn you into the interviewee.
Okay, I'm ready.
How do you feel like your life has improved being able to go and like have these therapy sessions that we've just been embarking on, and being able to use those to further all the, you know, hard work that you've been putting in on yourself?
Well, it's been a month and a half now since I've been seeing a therapist, so I can honestly say that I'm finally feeling like I'm getting better.
I know the other day you had said that you feel like you just got lighter. Like you feel like instead of walking around and just feeling like, tired or just kind of like weighed down.
What was the question again?
How do you feel like therapy has helped you along with, your own personal work that you've been doing with yourself? How do you think it's...
Okay. I think that before I went into therapy and when I was doing the personal work on myself individually without a professional, I think that I was making steps. I was feeling like I was making progress. And then the moment I have like a breakdown, I don't feel like that progress means anything. I feel like everything that I was working for, it could have been a week long of, just trying to meditate, or just a week long of being more aware, and I'm doing it on my own. And then all of a sudden I have a breakdown, and then I don't feel like none of that mattered.
Right.
So having to do it personally, individually, by myself, it always went like this. It was like, all right, I'm good. You see how I feel today? Like, I feel great. And then next thing you know, I'm not feeling good, and I'm like doubting myself, and I'm doubting everything, and all that work that I just put in, I don't even think about it no more. Like, to me, I probably didn't even believe it worked.
Right.
But now that I see a therapist, I feel like listening to her and actually taking the steps that she guides me through, it makes me look back and be like, I did it. I did what you asked me.
Right.
Like, I did everything that you told me to do, and I feel good about it. Like,
I mean, you look good. I'm like, not good as in like handsome, because that's already, we checked that off a long time ago. But I mean, you look like, you look a lot more clear-minded. You look like there's, a weight that's been lifted off your shoulder. And even going to those, sessions and classes, like, that's even something that you can normalize, because mental health is such a taboo. Like, it's like, oh, you want to talk about mental health? Yeah, like, oh, how uncomfortable of a conversation. Right. But you can even pass that on.
Well, right. When I was talking to the lady who was taking my payment for the copay, we were talking about how people that go into therapy, they always think that, oh, you go to therapy, you must be crazy. Oh, you must be cuckoo in the head. Like, why you gotta go to therapy for? But no, honestly, like, that hour that you have sitting down and talking to this person and having the right intentions to get everything off your chest, off your mind that's been bothering you, no matter what it is, and then they're telling you straight up, like, oh, I see, I'm listening, I understand, now I need you to take these steps, and I need you to actually do this on a daily basis, and when I talk to you again, we're going to talk about it. And having that pressure, it's not even pressure, it's just more so just doing your homework. I don't want to go into the next therapy unprepared. And when I went to my second therapy session and I did what she said, it was easy the first week. It was simple. It wasn't easy, it was simple. And actually going to the second one and being like, yeah, I did this, and yeah, it felt good, it felt great. And then the third therapy session, and then she's taking everything into account of what you said from the first and second one, and she's literally using all her knowledge to guide you into finding your healing, because nobody's issues are the same. So they take their time to take care of you individually. You're not in a group, you're not in a session with 20 other people, it's you and the therapist, and you're using their service to literally organize your thoughts, organize what you want in your future. Like, yeah, you have all these goals, yeah, you have all these dreams and aspirations, but every night when you lay down, there's those thoughts that linger in the back of your head. Those are the thoughts that you can get out to your therapist, and those are the ways that she gives you ways that you can literally just organize it, like deal with it the right way, change your reactions, like be more aware, be mindful of your surroundings and how
and
you are around people. It's
not like a weird kind of like, you don't feel weird going to it at all. So it's
therapeutic.
Right.
What other word can I say? It's
relaxing.
It's like going to the beach, and the beach is yours with nobody else around. And then you will never drown. There's no sharks. The water is fresh. The sand is warm. and you're just there letting all your thoughts out.
Right. Wow. That was deep. I like that.
That's literally how it is.
I like that.
Yeah. So, and then when you leave that session, you're back to the world, and you just want to tell the world about that beach that you were just on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel. Like I want people to just take the first step and just go talk to somebody, even if it's one appointment.
Right, because it could improve so many things that you couldn't do just solely on your own.
Yeah.
It could improve so many areas that you couldn't do just solely on your own. Because I would watch you, do your meditation, do your affirmations, in the mornings and all of that. And we would work on ourselves as much as we can alone. But now that we've got that extra input, it's like, okay, I feel like now I'm seeing even more progress from the both of us in such a positive way that it's like, man, why didn't we go do this earlier?
Right.
Why didn't we work on this sooner? Because now we've advanced so much that it's like, yes, oh my goodness.
Exactly.
Like having little victories is like, it's great.
It all matters.
Mm-hmm.
It all matters. It's like how I told you before, I went to go see a therapist, and then I would have those moments I'm trying to improve myself individually, and then I doubt that improvement that I thought I was making. Now that I'm seeing a therapist, it's like having that coach, and then that coach is telling you, no,
wow.
You did it right.
Right.
You did do it right. No, like you just slipped up a little bit. You just slipped up a little bit. Now go back to it. Go back to what you know. Instead, before, I used to just discredit everything I was doing because I had a breakdown, and because I was like, oh, this is the moment to where everything I was doing just didn't work. Everything I was learning is BS, and I don't want to do this no more.
Right.
It's better to have somebody else other than yourself tell you, like, no, don't worry about it. Just keep working on yourself. Because especially when it's a professional. Because of course you give me that support too.
Right.
Of course my sisters and my mom gives me that support. It's different when it comes from somebody who is a professional. Like they literally been doing this their entire life.
Yeah.
And like 20 years of experience in healing people. Even though I have the support of my family members and everything, like they're not licensed therapists,
right?
And they can also benefit from going to see a person like that.
Right.
So, yeah, yeah, you're right. It feels good.
Right.
It
Yeah.
feels
Because
really
I was thinking
good.
like all the successes that our family has had, or all the things that we're trying to like bring to the table and kind of be like role models and stuff. I think that one was definitely something that has made a difference. That we're kind of like not downplaying it, but like it needs to be more normalized.
For sure. Yeah, I think so too. I think I've been looking to see how I can better my mental health since I met you. And that was 3 years ago, and then now I finally went to go see somebody 3 years later.
Yep.
And I'm seeing improvements that apparently we've never seen since we met.
Well, not that we've never seen, but at least it's like a little more like we're able to keep track a little bit better.
Yeah,
because
right.
we're able to like keep track of it, and it's like set. We're like, okay, we talked about this, we did this, we're gonna go back on this day, and we can like keep track.
Right. It keeps our life consistent.
Yeah.
Instead of having one session and being like, oh, I did it, I had one session, I'm good now. It's more so like every time I leave a session of therapy, I feel better than I did before I left, and I'm looking forward to the next one because like I want that feeling back.
Right.
Like I'm not done. I know I'm not done. I'm not gonna be done with therapy until I feel like I'm done with therapy.
Right.
Like until I feel like the mission is accomplished. Like until I feel like the next time I react is gonna be the right reaction, instead of always being, like always doubting myself at the time where it's not needed to be doubted, or just having moments to where I don't feel capable. Like everybody has those thoughts.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody has those thoughts like, oh, I may not be able to do this, or I may not be capable of doing this. So yeah, it just helps with my self-development, honestly. Like, I never thought I'd be pushed this hard until like it really hit and somebody told me, you got to take care of this because you don't want your kids dealing with the same thing.
Right.
So I think that's what really made it, like, put it into perspective for me. Like, if I don't take care of this, then my kids are going to deal with this when they're my age. So, and I think we're doing something right.
Yeah, I think
in
so
that
too.
aspect.
Right.
All right. Oh man, you made us go real deep right now.
Well, I just meant more so the question was just supposed to be something to tie into like things we've been doing as a family together, things we've been working on, things to like push us that much farther, like
Right.
it was just meant to touch on it. But yeah, we went pretty deep.
Yeah. No, that's good though. I'm glad because that's what I want this show to be about. Like, I feel so vulnerably at peace.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this was a great conversation. I'm glad you brought that up. I wasn't expecting you to ask me that question, but that is very relevant. That's literally also one of my goals of this show, is just to bring awareness to mental health and having people talk about it.
Right.
Not everybody is doing good all the time.
Right.
And especially nowadays, people are always on social media and they're more so posting their accomplishments, and they're, a lot of people get more congratulations than how you're doing. How are you?
Right.
So I think opening up that conversation in any setting is important. It should be just as normal as, did you eat today? Like, how are you feeling mentally? I don't think growing up nobody ever talked about it that openly at all, which is why it's such a taboo and it's a stigma on it.
Right. I don't think anybody really talked about it like that.
It was always put off as you're crazy, or
there's something wrong with you.
I'm good enough.
Right.
Like, I know the ways. I grew up. I'm a grown man. I don't need no help. It's deeper than just being a grown man.
Right.
It's deeper than just taking care of your business. It just makes you more aware of who you truly are.
Right.
Because we are all, like, everybody always how you want to say, like, they're hella extra on social media. They put more out there than what they truly are. But I think that if people are more open to bettering themselves and truly getting deeper into finding their inner peace, they take that mask off.
Right.
They're able to be like, you know what, I'm important, but I'm not as important as I try to make people believe I am. I need to just take care of my business. So yeah, babe, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I think that people will appreciate that, because, like, it is very important. I feel like I'm in a therapy session right now. But yeah, I really appreciate that, babe. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is a great session of the Island Taste Show. Thank you guys all for being here with us today. I hope you guys are all taking everything into consideration, everything that we talked about. Me and my woman work very hard. We've been doing as much as we can for our family on our own, and we've been planning out, taking the correct steps to achieve our goals. And we both know that it's a journey. It's not going to happen overnight. And as much as we want it to, as much as we want to be successful or reach our goals tomorrow, it's not going to happen tomorrow. So I hope you guys all took that in. This is some great information. I mean, they don't get no better than this, straight up from the Polynesian and his wife. Man, I'm glad we're able to do this for the people, babe, for real.
Yeah, it's pretty cool giving them like a little insight into our life and
Right.
kind of touching on like different things with, someone being Polynesian and about your culture, and then me coming in and not knowing anything.
Right.
And then, learning all these things and being exposed to all these things. And yeah, I love
hope
it.
people will take from this that even though highlighting Polynesian culture and trying to express the creativity and the talent of my people. At the same time, like, we're just like anybody else.
Right.
We're just like anybody else. We all breathe. My heart beats just like your heart beats. But we're just slightly different. But that doesn't mean that you're not capable of doing what the next person can. I hope this brings us all together and just lets everybody know that we are all one. Just like I said in the last episode, I do believe that we're all energy, and I believe that we should place it in the right places, and protect your energy. So yeah, thank you everybody for tuning into the Island Taste Show. Catch us every Thursday at Mad Talk TV, Supermex Nation, Supermex International on Facebook and YouTube. Peace out, y'all.